Hi, welcome to Minnesota Music Mom. I'm Karen Davis. I'm trying something a little different. I've got the camera horizontal instead of vertical, so it's kind of hard for me to turn the button on. So we'll see how this works. I would like to play a song for you today out of a book titled 9 Hymn Preludes for Organ by Gordon Young. And I played one song out of here already back in February. That was titled Faith of Our Fathers and also Prelude on St. Catherine. Today I would like to play the song Prelude on Jewels, or otherwise known When He Cometh. It's 2 pages long and has 1 flat. And I want to mention to you, if you enjoy the music that I'm playing, just to listen to the music, or if you would like to learn more about the books that I'm showing you, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and the like and the bell, and the bell will notify you when I upload another song. So this is Prelude on Jewels, otherwise known as When He Cometh. All right, that's how it's written, to be really soft at the end, but I like it louder at the end, so another possibility would be to end this way, both on the swell instead of the great. I just like that better. Another thing I wanted to tell you, those of you that play the organ, what I have chosen here for stops. Now on the pedal I have gedeckt 8, and on the swell I have gedeckt 8, gedeckt 4, gedeckt 2, and tremolo. And for the great, all I have on is gedeckt 4. What I did for verse 2 on the swell is I added gamba 8, gamba celeste 8, and swell to swell 4. Now on the great, I don't know if you guys liked the gedeckt 4, the how high it was. I kind of liked it, but I think I could have chosen something a little different maybe. See how I think it's a little too high, but in order to have the grate soft enough, I tried a variety of other stops, and one option would be maybe gedeckt 8 instead. Okay, so just some suggestions. Sometimes I just go with something and don't really take the time. I could have taken the time and tried to arrange it some other way, but that's all personal preference. I don't necessarily go by the way, like in here now, it says it has a suggestion on the song: swell, flutes and strings, and has solo stop and then pedal 16 foot to swell. I don't, honestly, I've said this before in videos, I don't pay any attention to that at all, not at all. Some songs have a suggestion of what to use. I don't even look at it. Honestly, I don't. I just go by personal preference, and I don't play it exactly the same way every time. I change my settings and have it different settings maybe every time I play it. And then I write the settings at the top. Here I've got the settings written at the top with just the numbers and not the names of the stops, because it's quicker for me to see the numbers and count rather than try to read the name and then match it up with the name on the stop. So the hardest part for me was, believe it or not, whenever you saw these two chords together, because I had it in my head that this chord here was supposed to be higher than it is. And so you kind of heard me fumbling around when I got to those points, got those spots in the song. That's what it was, I just keep thinking that it's supposed to be higher than it is. Okay, so let me show you this, the second page to give you an idea of what the song is about. It's 2 pages long and has 1 flat, and that is called Prelude on Jewels, or When He Cometh. And it's out of the book 9 Hymn Preludes for Organ by Gordon Young. This is the index to give you an idea of what songs are in here. Some are listed twice because they have 2 different titles on them. All right, well, that is it for the music. I just want to let you know I kind of did my, I made some changes on my channel, on Minnesota Music Mom. I added a banner on the top. Why don't you let me know in the comments what you think about it. The banner that I added to Minnesota Music Mom is a section of stops. It's the great stops on this organ. But they're not the stops that are on here now. What it is we've had this organ refurbished by, and it was a project that was done by 2 different groups. So the original stops, the actual original stops that were on this organ were replaced. And the stops that replaced them is a photo of the banner of what I have on Minnesota Music Mom now, of the great section for the great manual. Those stops then were replaced again with the stops that we have now. So that just gives you an idea. The banner, the picture of the banner that I have on Minnesota Music Mom is actually from this organ. And then I also added a few more things. I added some end screens to the videos. I had no idea what an end screen was, but my son helped me with that. I just didn't want to take the time. Sometimes I just don't want to take the time to learn this new stuff. I'll just do the basics, and I figure, well, someday I'll learn about this stuff. But my son checked it out for me and showed me how to do that, and then I added a little subscribe button to every video as a watermark to just kind of try to remind you, if you would like to subscribe, to go ahead and click that subscribe button, and then you can be notified. Well, if you click the bell, then you'll be notified every time I upload a video. I want to mention to you too, I've mentioned before how some weird things happen during the service sometimes. Well, today at this morning's service, something weird happened. I was sitting here playing the hymn, and I don't know, I just stepped on a pedal, as I'm playing. I just noticed it right after I stepped on a pedal, all of my swell stops popped up. Now, I had it on the hymn setting, so it was on the grate. I was playing it on the grate with the crescendo and the expression pedal, both full bore, full ahead. So technically, I really don't need the swell stops when I'm playing hymns. because I have the great covers it. It just sounds a little different when I soften. If there's no swell stops, it just sounds a little different when I soften, but it's not a big deal. But the weird thing is that while I'm playing, the swell stops that I had down popped up. And it's like, well, and I'm playing the hymn and I see this and hear it. I see it out of the corner of my eye and I hear it. I'm like, what happened there? So when I was done playing the hymn, I tried to push down the swell stops and they wouldn't stay. They just pop right back up again. They would not stay down. So, well, okay, good thing, I only needed them for the hymn. But I was going to play the song that I played for you right now. I was going to play that as a postlude today. And I could have played it just on the Great Manual, but I figure my hands would have probably kind of been running into each other and it wouldn't have sounded as nice. So then I'm thinking, okay, so what can I play for a postlude? Probably a piano tune so that I don't have to worry about my hands running into each other. So I wanted to tell you, I've told you this before, I always have this book with me. It is Maranatha, Maranatha Music Praise Chorus Book, a collection of 277, I'm sorry, let me start all over. It's Maranatha Music Praise Chorus Book, Expanded 2nd Edition. A collection of 277 popular praise songs from over 40 publishers. Okay, so this book I always have with me. Always. It's like my Bible. I always have it with me. And this is the actual book. It's got nice songs in here. They're usually, 1 page, 2 pages long, like that. And so I grabbed this one and just thumb through it, and I have paper clips in here to the songs that I know that I don't have to practice on. Now there's a handful of songs in here where I can just play them on the fly and I don't have to practice. So that's what I did today for the postlude, is I grabbed one of these songs. So my message to you, and those of you that play in church know this already, but if anyone's starting out playing in church or something like that, my message to you is always have a book along with you that you can just grab and play a song out of that that you don't have to practice, because you don't know what's going to happen during the service. Like, today, with these stops that popped up, the organ would not have sounded right with me playing this song. But yeah, I could have played the song and it would have been okay, but instead I chose to play a piano song, and fortunately I had the book along where I could just grab a song and I knew it and I didn't have to practice it. So then the weird thing is, after church, now the stops work. I didn't do anything different. All I did was I turned the organ off, and before I shut the roll top, I thought, well, I'm gonna just check one more time. And I checked and they worked. And so then I turned the organ on again and now they work, as you can see. So I'm going to call Grandel and Engen organ builders. They are the people that take care of our organ, and I'm going to send them an email and just let them know what happened. The problem with these kinds of things, where they sometimes happen, sometimes don't happen, is they're hard to find. The problem is hard to find because there's no pattern to it. You don't know when it's going to happen. Now next Sunday we have an outdoor service, and we're going to be using a keyboard. So unless it rains, we won't be using the organ. So in 2 weeks, we'll be using the organ unless it rains next week. And in 2 weeks, who knows what's going to happen? Are the swell stops going to just pop up again and I'm not going to be able to use them? I have no idea. So we'll have to see what happens with that. All right. Well, again, this was 9 Hymn Preludes for Organ by Gordon Young. And the song that I played was Prelude on Jewels, When He Cometh. I hope you enjoyed the song, and I will play probably a few more songs out of here. I've played one, this is the second one. Yeah, I'll play a couple more songs out of here in the future so that you have a good idea of the types of songs that are in this book. All right, thanks for stopping by, and catch you later.